Renfro grounds one towards third base. Rojas is coming to first base on a throw that gets away. Now from third comes Galvis, and oh yeah, Padres will walk it off. It was a fun night last night for the Padres as they walk off with a win and back-to-back wins now against the Miami Marlins as they take games 2 and 3. And tonight they look to take game 4 and the series. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, the Padres in May so far are 14 and 13. A win tonight. They'd have their first winning May since 2013, and it's been fun to watch for the Padres.
A couple of rookies have been fun to watch also in the month of May. Christian Villanueva, you saw him hitting some home runs in April, continuing into May. Franmil Reyes, opposite field power and nearly taking one off the scoreboard. These two guys, for Reyes, 40 ABs, 4 home runs. Half of his hits are home runs. Got to cut down on the strikeouts. Christian Villanueva tied for second in the National League with 14. He loves to hit the fastball, but I want to see progress, and I think we are seeing that. Patience at the plate as well, Don. Laying off the high fastball and the sliders down the way. Then these guys can get some really good pitches to hit, and those numbers, those productive numbers, should be on the rise.
Let's shift to the pitching in May, and if you look at the starters, Tyson Ross has been outstanding, but so has the bullpen.
And the reason why the Padres have a chance to be over 500 in the month of May is because of starting pitching. You look at any good ball club, it starts with guys like Tyson Ross. Padres won 5 of 6 games started by Tyson. I tell you what, talk about comeback player of the year. If he keeps going like this after that surgery and what he did last year, he should have dibs on that award. But after Tyson Ross, another reason, outstanding bullpen for the San Diego Padres team. Craig Stammen, Kirby Yates, Brad Hand. The beauty about this trifecta here, let's face it, Don, each one of these guys, along with Hand, they could close the ball game. So let's say Brad had a spent with that slider, right? They're only hitting 163. Stammen, 210 batters against, 169 for Kirby Yates. So that's a luxury that Andy Green has. If they're in a bind, any 3 of those guys close out a ball game, no problem.
Yeah, the Padres looking to win the series tonight against the Marlins, and the Franmil fever will continue. 3 home runs in the last 3 games. His celebrations have been fun for him and for Eric Hosmer. Andy Halbrin will look into this when we return to Petco Park after this. Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Jack in the Box. This season, Padres home run score free Jumbo Jacks only at Jack in the Box. By Petco, the pet company. By Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. And by Sycuan Casino, opening in 2019 is Sycuan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. Padres and Marlins in Game 4 of the series, but before we get it started, let's send it down to Annie Halbrun.
Thanks so much, Don. And you just saw images of Franmil Reyes' 3 home runs. He had consecutive home runs in 3 games this week. And after every home run, if you watch him, he rounds the bases, crosses home plate, and then does this pretty big high-five celebration with Eric Hosmer right in front of manager Andy Green in the dugout. Well, being the investigative journalists we are, we wanted to find out how that all come about and what does manager Andy Green think about it. Take a look.
His first couple games, we would just kind of give each other a high five and not really know what to do after. So it's after one of the wins in Pittsburgh, I think we both just kind of looked at each other and decided to jump up and give each other a high five. We're both big guys. We don't jump very high though, so luckily we just time up the jumps together, and I think we got it all from that point on.
They make me feel really small. They're 2 huge human beings 5 feet from me jumping up and down. And, I'm just glad it's not right next to me to show everybody how small I actually look in that moment. I already got Mark McGwire standing by me, so that's enough big people floating around me.
Well, coming up, Jordan Lyles will look to reel in the series. Final game of the 4-game set. Padres, Marlins, first pitch coming up next on Fox Sports San Diego.
Up yet more, and that ball is very gone. Swing and a miss. I'll tell you who's been good. It's Clayton Richard. They get the force out at third. Rojas is coming to first base, and a throw that gets away. Now from third comes Galvis, and oh yeah, Padres will walk it off. Fun night last night as the Padres able to take Game 3 of the series. 65 degrees, northwest breeze at 100 and what? Northwest breeze at 100.
Wow, gale force. That's hurricane.
111 miles per hour. It's really windy.
Watch your hair hat tonight.
Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, Annie Halbrun with you. That was brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. It's really windy as we get it started. And ready to pitch. First pitch of the ball game is Jordan Lyles in there for strike one. Derek Dietrich leading it off here for the Marlins. They are headed to Arizona after the ball game to begin that series against the Diamondbacks. Lengthy tour for them. Also go to St. Louis as part of this road trip for them.
Have we ever gotten winded out?
No, I don't think so. Pitch inside. And it is 2-1 to Dietrich, who has led off 2 of the 4 games of this 4-game series. Popped up. Lyles racing over, but so is A.J. Ellis, and the Padres catcher makes the catch for out number 1.
That was almost a home run. The wind almost took that out of here.
Let's check out Don Mattingly's starting 9 today. Just saw Derek Dietrich lead it off, the left fielder, with J.T. Realmuto batting second, doing the catching, with Justin Bohr at first, Starlin Castro at second base, Brian Anderson in right, Miguel Rojas is at third base, J.T. Riddle the shortstop, Lewis Brinson in center bats 8th, and Wei-Yin Chen doing the pitching and batting out of the 9 spot. Jordan Lyles on the hill tonight for the Padres, 18th appearance, 8th start. And the pitch is going to miss for ball 1 to J.T. Realmuto.
We talk about opportunity all the time for Jordan Lyles, taking advantage of that opportunity. Tough out right here, Realmuto. 27-year-old making his 5th start. He's very aggressive in the zone, which I like, and he commands the corners. When he's going in and out to both lefties and righties alike with consistency, he is nasty. He's got the nasty 12-6 curveball. Works in a slider and a changeup.
3-0 pitch. And Realmuto takes a 4-pitch walk down to first base.
Defense for the Padres behind Lyles this evening is brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. It's Freddie Galvis, the mainstay at shortstop. To his right at third base is Christian Villanueva. To his left at second, Jose Perella. Gold Glover, Eric Hosmer at first. A.J. Ellis putting down the signs tonight. In the outfield, left, Renfroe. Right, Reyes. In center field, Manuel Margot.
1 out, 1 on, and a throw over, and Realmuto back to the bag. Justin Bohr batting out of the 3 spot and back at first base tonight for the Marlins, and taking a strike.
Don, one thing I noticed last night, and I think you did as well, remember the fastballs for Bohr? He was having trouble catching up to a good fastball, even down the middle of the plate. See if Lyles challenges him with fastballs in.
Bouncing in, a breaking ball to even the count at 1-1. The Marlins bullpen has been a real problem. We saw that in last night's game. They're 0-3 with an 8.22 earned run average in the last 6 games. And they've gone 1-5 in the last 6 contests.
That's a big key for any club against this Marlins team, right? Knock the starter out early.
Closer's had his troubles. A blown save last night for Ziegler. Ziegler's now allowed 9 runs, 8 earned over his last 5 outings in 3 2/3. Questions about whether or not he'll remain as the closer. This one grounded down the first base line, a foul ball. The indication by DJ Rayburn, first base umpire.
I thought that ball maybe went over the bag.
It's pretty close.
It did land in foul territory, but remember, it's where the ball goes over the bag.
DJ Rayburn took a good long look at it too before making that call. Realmuto at first, 1 out, and a 1-2 pitch is to center field. Margot backs up a few steps. That carried a little better than I think Manny first thought. Makes the grab for out number 2. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, no bites for the Fish versus Lyles. Hopefully you can have good quick innings and give up scatter some hits around, but no damage for Miami. Then righties lead the way against righties this season. 247 off of Wei-Yin Chen to go along with Christian Villanueva in his home runs. Franmil Reyes with the home run. Hopefully the others can follow suit.
Fly ball sent down the right field line, headed towards foul ground as Reyes goes full bore, but it is in the seats and well out of his play. So 2 down, Real Muto at first base, and Starlin Castro, of course, hit the 2-run home run last night that gave the Marlins a 2-0 advantage. But the Padres coming back in the ball game and with a walk-off victory. Throw to first, and back to the bag is Real Muto. Jordan Lyles had a no decision on Saturday, going 4 2/3 innings, allowing a season-high 5 runs in a 7-5 win against the Dodgers. 4 starts since joining the rotation, 1-1 with a 3.97 earned run average. Oh, drop in there for strike 2. Castro now, Brian Anderson on deck, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Did he go? Yes, he did. And DJ Rayburn rings him up, the first base umpire. The strikeout ends the top of the first inning. Padres are coming up. First inning. Let's check out the San Diego Padres starting lineup tonight, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. And leading it off is Jose Perella back in the lineup and at second base for the Padres. Eric Hosmer at first. Christian Villanueva at third base with Hunter Renfroe in left. Franmil Reyes in right field. Freddie Galvis at shortstop at sixth. A.J. Ellis doing the catching with Manuel Margot in center batting eighth. And Jordan Lyles, the pitcher, bats out of the 9 spot. Wei-Yin Chen on the mound tonight for the Miami Marlins.
32-year-old making his 7th start. Last 3 starts, a nice ERA of 1.59. Throws the kitchen sink. 5-6 pitches. Not that overpowering, and sometimes he can have command issues. In fact, I was talking to some of the announcers with the Miami Marlins. They said he's almost the same as Caleb Smith, who we saw in Game 1, but a few ticks down on the fastball. Doesn't throw as hard as Caleb Smith.
And Wei-Yin Chen coming off a no decision, dealing with Jose Perella to begin things here. And Perella will take the strike. Chen had a no decision Saturday, going a season high 7 1/3 innings. Not only 1 run on 3 hits and a 4-1 loss to the Nationals. In fact, last 3 starts for him, a 1.59 earned run average. Only giving him 3 earned runs in 17 innings pitched. Line towards left center field. That's going to get in for a base hit. Brinson cuts it off. Wide turn by Perella. Forces the throw into second base, but he will retrace his steps to the bag at first. Leadoff single to start the bottom of the first inning.
And there goes the no-hitter. Chen, 4-seam fastball in. You can see where that ball, that's nice. It slows it down by the label, but it's up near Padres on the chest. A little floater over the infielders' heads. You know, if that's down, it's a ground ball probably to Riddle at short. Way to start the night off for Jose Perella.
Lead runner on for Eric Hosmer. Hosmer at 272 with 6 homers and 21 runs driven in. Into his 54th game of the year. Padres tonight as a team playing their 58th game of the season.
Believe me, Chen knows the numbers against Eric Hosmer. That's why he took him and picked the stick. And why not?
346 batting average. 615 slugging percentage.
Keep going.
9 for 29 against him.
Stay hot.
And 2 home runs.
Yep.
Wei Chen spending a long time as a member of the Baltimore Orioles in the American League, and of course Eric Hosmer with the Kansas City Royals. They're a double play depth in the middle infield right now for the Marlins. And that'll miss outside, making it 3-1.
You know, I have to admire also good numbers for Eric Hosmer, but being patient, working the count 3-1. He will gladly pass it along to Villanueva on deck. That's how big innings are created. Guys not getting selfish up at their plate and just taking pitches to take the walk. Pass it on to the next guy.
That's a strike and a full count now. Seventh start of the season since coming off the DL. Began the season on the disabled list with the left elbow strain. A couple of rehab appearances for Wei Chen. Fly ball lifted foul down the left field line, out of play.
Take a look at the Marlins defense behind Chen, behind the plate. JT Realmuto, he's a good one. Good pop time. He can throw some runners out. Leads the major leagues in pop time. Bohr, Castro, Riddle, Rojas, the infield first to third. In the outfield, Dietrich, Brinson, Anderson.
On the outside corner for strike 3. Hosmer knew it. Takes with him the first strikeout for Wei Chen.
Well, he worked back nicely. There was a hitter's count at one point, 3-1 count, but he pulls the string there. That's a slider at 81 right on the outside corner.
So 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Christian Villanueva. High drive to deep left field, down the line towards the corner and the pole, and that ball is gone. A home run. 2-run shot for Christian Villanueva, and the Padres jump on top 2-0.
Hitters love the first pitch fastball. Oh, and it's got that sound. You know that sound. The sound that off the bat, probably a good chance it's going to be one of the baskets down the left field line. He went second basket on that one.
That is his 11th home run off left-handed pitching. Of the 15 he now has on the season. So a 2-run shot 2-0. Padres off to the good start tonight. The single by Perella and the 2-run shot by Villanueva. It's that combination. A check swing by Renfroe. No swing, and it's 1-2. Villanueva started the night by hitting at .358 against lefties, and has now 11 home runs against lefties, the most in the majors. Swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt for strike 3. Second strikeout for Chen, as Renfroe is down by way of the K. 2 down.
That's how a pitcher bounces back after the 2-run shot, going up the ladder to get Renfroe. He wants it up and in. It leaks up and away. I guarantee you, Chen will be going up there tonight if he gets 2 strikes against the right-handed hitters.
Base is empty. 2 down. Here's Franmil Reyes. That'll drop in for strike 1. Reyes with 3 home runs in the last 3 games. Four homers in his last 7 games. Overall at 200 with the 4 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Jumps ahead here, 2-1. His at bats have even been better lately. The more comfortable he becomes at the major league level. Looking at a lot of video.
Remember, we talked, that's a good take there. How about the slider down and away from a righty? Remember, we showed video on that the other night. You know, first at bat, swing and a miss, slider recognition, taking it into the next at bat, the third at bat.
Fouls it off to the right out of play, and a full count now. Pitches so far here in the first inning for Wei-Yin Chen. Reyes grounds it foul over by the Marlins dugout. They're housed on the third base side. Payoff pitch again. And Reyes strikes out looking. Well, a 2-run home run for Christian Villanueva. And the Padres enjoy a 2-0 lead for Villanueva, his 15th home run of the year. And a good start tonight for San Diego. It's on to the second inning with Padres on top 2-0. And a first pitch strike in there to Brian Anderson. He leads it off here for the Marlins in the second inning. .283 average, 2 homers, and 24 runs batted in. For the right fielder for Miami, and 2 quick strikes poured in there by Jordan Lyles. Jordan Lyles coming in with a record of 1-1, 3.83 earned run average, 18th appearance, 5th start. And settling into the rotation now on a more regular basis and getting more comfortable every time out. Anderson rolls it over foul. Now we're seeing some good National League rookies in this series. We got, of course, Brian Anderson is at the plate right now. Christian Villanueva just hit home run number 15 of the season. Colin Moran, Walker Buehler, who we've seen a lot of already, twice against the Padres. Opposite field liner, and that ball is going to get in for a base hit in front of Reyes. Leadoff single, first hit of the night for Miami.
Good looking hitter, good looking player. He does so many things well. There's a 2-seamer up that tries to bring back the opposite part of the plate there, but just leaks up too high. And this is a sign of a good hitter. He doesn't try to pull that ball, he just hits it exactly where it is pitched. You know, you talk about those rookies we saw along with Pittsburgh, Colin Moran. Remember Austin Meadows, who got recently called up? He's a good one.
Yes.
Walker Buehler, the real deal. Real deal there up in Los Angeles in their rotation.
Lead runner on here for the Marlins, and Miguel Rojas. .262, 7 homers, and 24 runs batted in. Into his 56th game of the year. Played in every game so far for the Marlins. Throw to first, and diving back head first is Brian Anderson.
Well, Miguel Rojas is tied for first in the grounding into double plays category with 10. Tied with Starlin Castro.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. Something down in the zone, beat it into the ground, let the defense work.
Jordan Lyles not part of the decision last time out. A 7-5 Padres win against the Dodgers. 4 2/3, gave up 5 runs in that outing. And the bullpen took over and did not allow another run. Ground ball softly hit down the first baseline. Lyles will flip to first base for the out. And on to second goes Anderson, 1 down.
Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Runner at second, 1 down. It brings up JT Riddle. Shortstop hits at 133 so far, 2 for 15. He's got a home run and an RBI. Home run, of course, the inside the park home run here at Petco Park on Tuesday night. And called on Saturday from AAA New Orleans. Spent time on the DL with right shoulder tendonitis. And already had a stint in the big leagues, making his major league debut last season, April the 11th against the Atlanta Braves. Started the year 2 for 21, then went back to New Orleans. Ground ball into left field, a base hit. Brian Anderson being stopped at third as Renfroe gets it back in quickly. And all of a sudden, the Marlins have runners at first and third with 1 away.
Well, for Riddle, only hitting 133 coming into this game. He does a nice job just hitting down on this 2-seam sinker. He's shortening up. Looks like with that swing, just keeping it simple. Nice leg kick. Not that big. Getting that foot down, the hands back, and just punching it through that left side.
First and third, 1 down, and Lewis Brinson, the batter. Take strike one. A chance here for the Marlins to make some noise in the second inning with runners at the corners. Brinson at 155, 6 homers and 17 runs batted in. To his 54th game of the year for the Marlins. Ball in the dirt, taken off for second base. Right away is Riddle, and he'll get there standing. Good aggressive base running right there. Saw that it was going to be in the dirt and just took off right away.
Yeah, secondary lead, hop, hop. As soon as he saw daylight, he was off. That's good base running.
Wild pitch getting Riddle to second base. So second and third now with one out. Fouled at the plate again, 1-2.
It's kind of a bummer, that wild pitch, because it takes the double play out of order, and the middle infielders and Eric Hosmer playing way back at their position, so a grounder. And the Padres just, they would get an out, but probably a run score.
They got first base open and Wei-Yin Chen waiting on deck, the pitcher.
This could be a big pitch right here. Off the plate, don't throw him a strike.
Didn't chase, 2-2. Of course, Brinson came over from the Brewers as part of the Christian Yelich deal. It was at the end of January this last offseason. Coming over from the Milwaukee Brewers to join the Marlins. No strikeouts by a hitter. Brinson was 64 so far, third in that category. And add another. That'll get away briefly from Ellis, so he's got to throw him out, and he does. That's a second strikeout for Jordan Lyles, and it's out number 2 of the second inning. That's a big out with the pitcher Wei-Yin Chen coming up.
Big out, big pitch, and a nice block by A.J. Ellis. Here's the 12-6 curveball. A.J. gets in a good position, blocks it, takes it right in the gut, clears the lane, fair territory to Eric Hosmer. Saved a run there.
Second and third, 2 down, and Wei-Yin Chen 1 for 10 so far at the plate this season. And a grounder up the middle, and that ball is going to get into center field. Anderson will score. Here comes Riddle, and the Marlins pitcher drives in 2 and ties the game 2-2. He's been just 1 for 10 at the plate, and he hits that bounding ball, not hard, but back up the middle, well placed, and it plates 2 Marlins runs.
Looking for the fastball. He gets the fastball, and he hits it in the perfect spot, right over the head of Jordan Lyles. No middle infielder. You can see Galvis, Perella not even close to that one, and then how frustrated Jordan Lyles is there. And as a pitcher of that situation, that's what you need to do. Concentrate making contact. Avoid the strikeout. Take your chances by just putting the ball in play.
So Chen at first, not held on by Hosmer. Second time through the order. And Dietrich is straightened up on a pitch in. Only behind is Lyles here, 2-0. Game hitting streak for Dietrich coming in. Fouled out to the catcher, A.J. Ellis, in the first inning. Big hit by Wei-Yin Chen. It has produced 2 runs here for the Marlins. Lyles battles back, evens the count at 2-2. Check swing on a ball down and in. Did he go? No. Check with Ryan Blakeney, third base umpire.
He's got good curveball feel this evening. Early on for Jordan Lyles. And you know, when you've got that feel for it and get it down to the zone, A.J. Ellis has already proven tonight. Throw it down there. I'll block it for you.
Runner goes, and a liner the other way. That's going to get in for a base hit. Renfroe cuts it off on the backhand. Chen will stop at second base on the single for Dietrich to left. 4th hit of the inning now for Miami.
That was the curveball. Righty on lefty. Dietrich, once again, trying not to pull that baseball. And, you know, when you've got the off-speed pitch from a righty going into a lefty, you can really see that really well. The curveballs that he's kept down in the zone, very effective, very effective.
Well, the runs batted in here for Wei-Yin Chen, the first 2 career RBIs for him. And ties the game 2-2. Helping out his own cause. Now it's second base with Dietrich at first, 2 down, and it brings up the best hitter in the Marlins order, JT Realmuto, coming up here. Talking about a .321 hitter to start the game. He's already got 6 homers, 18 runs batted in, and 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Has a home run on the year. Big cut there for strike 1.
Breaking out the slider there, first pitch. You've seen the fastball, seen the curveball, a couple sliders, but with that runner in scoring position, puts a little wrinkle in it to get ahead.
25th pitch of this inning coming up. Long inning for Lyles, and he's not out of it yet. 42 total at the moment. 7th member of the Marlins that he's faced here in the second inning.
You know, when has Jordan been most effective with that fastball command, right? Remember early on when he came out, he would pound in, pound away with regularity. Quick outs. The curveball was biting.
That's in there for a strike, and it evens at 2-2. He lost his first outing. That was against the Cardinals. Then got his first win in the rotation on the 15th of May against the Rockies. 7 1/3, giving up just 1 hit. Walked 1 and struck out 10. That is strike 3, and it will end the inning. 3rd K for Lyles. But the Marlins get 2 and tie the score at 2. Which was a very good month for the Padres. How about a suicide squeeze? As part of the same game, the Padres able to turn 2. The other one, a safety squeeze dropped down by Freddie Galvis that would produce the game-winning run as the Padres, in a blown save there for Vasquez in Pittsburgh, not only won that game but won the series and took 3 out of 4 from the Pittsburgh Pirates, dropping some bunts there, both a safety squeeze and a suicide squeeze as part of that win.
A little bit of everything, some small ball. Remember the double steal as well. Played some good baseball against a darn good team. You know, the Pirates, they were in and out of first place.
To begin the series, they were in first place.
Yeah.
By half a game over the Cardinals at the time.
But Andy Green is not afraid to do just that. Run around third base, fewer than 2 outs. I mean, he's not afraid to put down that safety squeeze.
And Freddie Galvis, one of those guys getting the bunt down at a key time. Winning that game. 238 average. Galvis, Ellis, and Margot featured here in the inning, and now a tie game. Fly ball foul off to the right, out of play. Well, since May the 1st, the Padres, a game over 500 at 14-13, and with a win in tonight's game would have their first winning May since 2013.
Well, hopefully Jordan Lyles can shut down the Marlins, get some hits and runs against Chen here. And we focused on the bullpen, one of the bright spots, really for the whole year for the Padres. I mean, you go in the 6th inning with any kind of a lead with the arms they got down there, if they're fresh, chances are pretty darn good.
Elevates and Galvis chases. That's 4 strikeouts now for Wei-Yin Chen. And 1 down here in the 2nd inning.
There's that fastball up the ladder. Remember, he got Hunter Renfroe for a 2nd strikeout in the 1st inning. He goes way up around the chin of Freddie Galvis.
So you're saying Wei-Yin went way up.
Yes, he did.
1 down here in the 2nd inning, and brings up A.J. Ellis. Strike over the inside corner. Ellis sitting at 310. Home run, 6 runs batted in, into his 22nd game of the year. I was amazed at how guys at the plate are able to keep their timing when they don't have a great many at bats during the course of the year. This is the 58th game of the year for the Padres. It is only the 22nd game that A.J. Ellis has been in.
Can't be easy.
Lines this into left field for a ringing base hit. Ellis aboard with 1 down on the 3rd hit of the night for the Padres.
Well, one thing's for sure, if you don't get a lot of at bats, you get a fastball, you hunt that fastball, and then you go to hacking. That's exactly what A.J. Ellis did. He gets on top of this one nicely. See how he rolls that one over? Up on top. Top spin. It's a big league knock.
It's time for the Kia drive to success. Wei-Yin Chen, a 10.95 earned run average as a starter on the road. Only Chris Tillman of the Orioles with a higher earned run average.
That's not good, is it?
No.
So that means he's given up 10+ runs per 9 innings on the road.
That's correct.
Wow.
It's a lot of runs. So far, he's only been charged with 2 today. Going to check swing. Did he go? No, says DJ Rayburn.
Of course, I was being facetious there, talking about that 10 ERA.
That'll miss, and it's 3-1 now to Margot. And Chen with the Orioles for 4 seasons. Now in his 3rd year as a Miami Marlin. Left arm fatigue kept him on the DL from May 2nd through September 4th of last year. An extended stay on the DL. He made 9 appearances, 5 starts, and was 2-1 a season ago. 32-year-old from Taiwan. Juan Nieves, his pitching coach, and Don Mattingly, his manager, looking on. With a payoff pitch from the left-hander. And a fly ball headed out towards center field. Brinson on the move. He'll get over there in plenty of time to handle out number 2. Back to the bag at first goes Ellis, 2 down. Bring up the pitcher, Jordan Lyles, still looking for his first hit of the year. Jordan 0 for 7 at the plate as he inspects the bat. Make sure
There's no fractures in the back. 128 in his career. This is his 8th major league season.
Find some way to get on to get that top of the order. Jose Perola up with multiple base runners.
Hold A.J. Ellis on. Playing in front of him is Justin Bohr as Ellis gets his lead off the bag at first.
Yeah, still have to be careful as a runner for that timing play. As soon as the leg is lifted, the first baseman go back at the bag.
Top of the order, Jose Perola waiting on deck with 2 down here in the 2nd inning. High ball, 4 on 4 pitches. Jordan Lyles, the pitcher, walks. First walk given up by Wei-Yin Chen. Well, now it's time for the Lowe's whole team together. The Padres hitters with 2 outs and runners in scoring position at 277, second in the National League in that category. And Omar Go leading the pack with a 462 average, but men at the plate at 400 and Jose Perola.
Well, let's see if Chen, after walking Lyles on fastballs, first pitch breaking ball to Perola here to maybe get that release point back down out in front.
There you go, strike 1. Does that help you find your release point?
Yeah, you know what it does, Don? It enables you to, you think breaking ball, I got to get it out there. I got to get it out in front. Sometimes the fastball, you're letting it go a little bit too early. Hence the fastball's up and away or up and in.
A.J. Ellis at second base, Jordan Lyles at first base. 2 down here in the Padres' 2nd inning. Game tied 2-2.
Be a nice spot for the first home run of the year for Jose.
Jumps out of the way, but it's a strike that catches the inside corner.
Good pitch. Get that angle from the lefty down and into the righty.
Bounces in.
Wow.
Well short of the plate, and it's 2-2.
Right in the middle of the chest protector. And that ball bounced way out front of home plate. You don't know if it's going to hit a divot out there and exit stage left or right. That one just happened to find the chest protector of JT Realmuto. Look, he gets in a good position. Right on the swoosh.
This is a wild on the scoreboard and left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Score tied 2-2 here in the 2nd inning. Just outside and a full count now. Well, the runners can get a start here. As Ellis will be off at second, Lyles at first.
Yeah, Lyles can get a big lead. Skip Schumacher over at first base. He's going to be in his ear with Justin Bohr playing way back. So he can get a good sized lead.
And that is ball 4. That'll load the bases. Back-to-back walks here allowed by Chang.
Showing some tremendous patience and turning it over to Eric Hosmer.
Randy Evans headed out there to have a conversation, and they're already is action in the pen right now for the Marlins. They're doing some stirring. As before, Juan Nieves went out there, made the phone call down to the pen.
You know, going into this game, 29 1/3 frames pitched for Chen. He walked 14. So he has streaks of wildness. As Odrisamer Despaigne starts to get up and get loose. Let's take a look at Chen. Trying to bury the fastball in. Fastball in. Villanueva leaves the yard. High fastball. A.J. Ellis with the knock.
A big spot right here for Eric Hosmer, who struck out looking in the first inning. Line to center. Brinson coming in. He dives and can't catch it. 1 run is in as Ellis scores. Here comes Lyles. 2 runs are in. On the line drive, base hit into center for Hosmer, and the Padres are back on top 4-2. The walks really hurting Wei-Yin Chen in the inning.
This is clutch. Very clutch. The spinning breaking ball, outer half, just kind of rolled up there. No sharpness, no depth to it at all. Eric Hosmer, after striking out looking the first at bat, he comes through big time. Oh, Franmil Reyes do a little dance in the dugout. Hard holding back the smiles.
First and third with 2 down, 2 runs in, and Christian Villanueva coming up. Put the Padres on top initially 2-0 with a 2-run home run. Soft toss to first, and Hosmer back.
Marlins are lucky on that bounce to the outfield that hit Brinson's leg. If that doesn't hit his leg, that's going all the way to the wall.
25th pitch of the inning coming up here for Wei-Yin Chen. That's going to do it for Wei-Yin Chen. Here comes Don Mattingly out of the dugout with runners at first and third, waiting for Despaigne to get ready. The former Padre, the right-hander, is ready. He'll be coming into this game. Padres have a 4-2 lead. The pitching change from Petco Park here in the second inning. Brought to you by Arco, and it was a 2-run home run for Christian Villanueva in the first inning. And some particulars: exit velocity 105.1 miles per hour, launch angle at 38 degrees, and a projected distance at 385 feet.
I love it. You gotta love it.
Padres on top. It'll be Villanueva who will first face Espana now into the game for the Marlins, a former Padre right-hander.
Yeah, back in 2014, 2015, he was claimed off waivers by the Marlins from the Baltimore Orioles in September of 2016. He's a swing guy. He can spot start, come out of the pen. You know, he really changes speeds, and he throws pretty much everything as well. And he's the only guy in Major League Baseball you can take the letters in his name and spell San Diego Padres.
First pitch of Villanueva is in there for a strike. He was a Padre 2015 and 16, was 9 and 16 with a 4.74 earned run average during that time.
He'll throw the eephus breaking ball. He'll change speeds on the fastball. He'll change his arm angle. He just mixes it up.
It's Burrell at third. Hosmer across the diamond at first with 2 down and 2 runs in. Two and one. Fouls it off himself, and down goes Villanueva. He's in some pain here. Paul Navarro, the trainer, out there along with Andy Green to check on Villanueva.
Watch the front foot.
Oh.
Yeah, totally misses the guard, right? Looks like got him top of the foot. Up by the laces. Oh, yep. Not a lot of meat right there. Yeah, that'll bring you to the ground quickly.
Looks like Villanueva's going to be all right here and stay in the game at least for now.
You know, that's one of those, Don, to where you sit down for a little bit and it starts to throb on you, maybe starts to swell a little bit. You know what that's like, getting hit like that?
Yes, I do. So he's going to stay in the game.
In all seriousness, you know what I'd like to find out?
What?
And I say this with all seriousness. What was the exit velocity off of that? Just a baseball coming hitting, what, 95 miles an hour? I mean, put that in perspective, right?
Runners at the corners, 2 down. Espana backs off, looks the runner back at first.
You know, a pitcher throws 95, 96, get hit in the ankle. You can't get your foot out of the way. That's going to do some damage.
Villanueva chops one to third as Rojas will go to first base with a throw that will end the inning. A 2-run inning for the Padres. They take a 4-2 lead to the third.
95 was 91, 92, and it seemed like he was trying to get deeper into a baseball game. I want to make sure that that mentality doesn't permeate his thinking and that he's out here attacking from the get-go. And if he gives us 5 innings, he gives us 5 innings. But we're not worried about 7 or 8 from him. Just go give us the high-octane 5 innings you got, and we'll take that.
And that was manager Andy Green on Jordan Lyles, who had a few really strong starts coming out of the rotation. He nearly threw a no-hitter in one of them, but he's given up 9 runs in the last 2 starts combined. And the word that follows him around is aggressive. You heard it there with Andy. They want him to put the foot on the gas, not hold anything back, even if it means that he only goes 5 or 6 innings. Don Muddy's got the chance to set that tone again here. And hey, maybe scoring a run in the last inning can't hurt the mojo, right?
Yeah, right now got his 2nd lead of the game. We'll see how he reacts in this inning. An important inning for him. Certainly you'd like to have a shutdown inning, I would think, right here.
Yep. Thank you so much, Andy. And you know the old adage in baseball, it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Well, it's opposite right here. It's a sprint now. It's not a marathon for Jordan Lyles. Andy Green, Darren Ballsy, they want him to go right after these hitters. And like they said, if he gives us 5, he gives us 5. Go right after him, right out of the gate.
2-2 pitch to Justin Bohr, and Bohr strikes out, couldn't hold up. Strikeout number 4 for Jordan Lyles. He closed the 2nd with a strikeout of Real Muto, opens the 3rd with a strikeout of Justin Bohr.
Now that's throwing a curveball. That's just not flipping it up there, kind of feeling for that pitch, right? That is getting it up on top and letting her rip.
Down for Starlin Castro. Castro struck out swinging in the 1st, 1 of 4 Ks in the game for Jordan Lyles. There's it foul off to the right, out of play. Strike over the inside corner.
Looked like a slider that backed up on Jordan. He wanted it down and away, kind of leaked a little bit. Still got the call in the inner half. Slider away.
And chasing it is Castro. Back-to-back strikeouts. In fact, 3 in all now for Jordan Lyles. 2 down.
Curveball to Bohr. Slider to Castro. All upper body. Watch the lower half. Nothing from the lower half. All upper body. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball.
5 strikeouts now for Lyles. 2nd time Castro's down by way of the K. And Anderson getting his 2nd look. Single to right field. Came around to score the 1st Marlins run of the ball game in the 2nd inning. Now sprays one down the right field line, headed towards the corner, and that ball will be foul. Let's take a look at Jerome's best seats in the house. Enter to win these seats at any Jerome's location.
Oh, yeah.
They are tremendous seats.
When are we going to do a game there? A little shrimp cocktail, maybe?
Absolutely. A TV of our own there.
Yeah. Could you do that? Would you be
Absolutely.
okay?
Absolutely. Everything would be in front of me. I had trouble with the game we did in right center field because everything is backwards. Where we sit normally.
Well, the great ones adjust. I was fine. See, Donnie would have his feet up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, little onion rings.
Well, there's even a little space for your scorecard and everything there.
That's great.
1-2 pitch grounded up the middle. Ranging is Perella. Off balance, but better to hold on to it, which he did.
I thought he was going to flip to Freddie. I think they may have had a chance at first base. It would have been close. Don't get me wrong. Anderson runs okay. But I thought Jose was going to get almost like turn into double play, right? Maybe wishful thinking on my part. Let's take a look. Okay, he fields it there. If he were to flip it to Freddie, it would have been tough.
And 2 down, Anderson at first base, and it brings up Miguel Rojas. Rojas grounded back to the mound in the second inning, 0 for 1. 60th pitch coming up here for Jordan Lyles. Most pitches he's thrown in any game is 93. He did that against the Pirates in 5 2/3 innings back on May 20th. He's behind here 2-0. Threw 89 pitches in his last outing. It was at LA, going 4 2/3.
Yeah, some deep counts in the game, 4 walks. So that adds to the pitch total, not getting quick outs.
Fly ball down the right field line. Franmil Reyes and Jose Perella. And Perella had the closest opportunity, but tumbles up over the wall, and Franmil Reyes will bring him back into the yard. No catch for Perella, but he was the closest.
This is a great effort. And you're going all out, right? And then you feel that track. Now you've got to deal with the wall, and now it's time to shut it down. Thank goodness you've got a big right fielder there to reel you back in.
Introduced himself to those folks. Hello, I'm Jose Perella. 2-1 the count here to Miguel Rojas. It is framed by Ellis, but just outside. Hosmer holding on Anderson at first base. And a ground ball towards short. Galvis will go the easy way to second for the force out that ends the top of the 3rd inning. Padres have a 4-2 lead.
Back to the 9th inning last night. Bases loaded, a little chopper. Renfroe charging at Rojas. He's going to go home. What? He does not go home for the force. He goes to first. Renfroe gets tied up, tangled up. On second base is Galvis. The play's right in front of him. Here comes the game winner. And Don, the only thing I can imagine is that he couldn't find the handle, and that's why he didn't go to the plate.
I thought for sure he was coming home with it. A base hit here for Hunter Renfroe opens up the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Being the force play and his momentum coming towards home plate, I thought for sure that was the play he was going to make. Not the case, and it worked out for the Padres.
Franmil Reyes coming up here, a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. Needed first for Renfroe. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No one has him moving his feet on a pitch down and in. Three-game hitting streak for Franmil coming in. All the hits, home runs. This one dribbled back towards the mound. Espagne's throw to first will be in time to get Reyes, as taking second base is Renfroe. Time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
Gosh, I love trivia.
What is the Padres rookie record for most consecutive games with at least one home run? Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using Valley View Trivia. Hashtag Valley View Trivia. Of course, 3 straight games with a home run for Franmil Reyes. What's your bet?
I'm going to say 4, but I don't know who. You have any idea?
No.
How about a number?
I'll say 5.
All right.
Freddie Galvis struck out swinging in the second inning. That was against Wei and Chen, who lasted just an inning and 2/3 tonight.
Quick hook.
Yeah, 4 hits, 47 pitches, charged with 4 runs. Walked 2 and struck out 4. Is on the hook right now. The Padres on top 4-2.
Want to hear my favorite Odrisamer Despaigne story?
Sure.
We're in Colorado, Coors Field, in the middle of the game. All of a sudden, the umpire at home plate calls time. Time. Everybody's like stopping. And the umpire kind of goes out in front of home plate and he's kind of like pointing. He's pointing towards like center field. So directs everybody's attention towards center field. Odrisamer Despaigne is just wandering aimlessly in the forest with a baseball in his hand. He's going like this. He's
walking around the woods.
He's just taking in a nice little leisurely walk in the woods.
That's
and the umpire's
awesome.
like, "Hey, you can't be there." He's right in the batter's eye. He's like, "Oh, okay, all right." Went back to the bullpen.
Oh, that's
He's just
awesome.
enjoying a leisurely walk.
That is great.
It was funny.
I've always wanted to go out there. I mean, I've seen it from like the rock pile out
Yeah.
there. I've been out there. But yeah, to take a stroll through the woods there would be great. I mean, they
Yeah.
got the stream running through, and
It's very peaceful.
very nice. I could see why he'd want to be out there, but you can't be during the
No.
game. The one coming up here to A.J. Ellis. And that'll bounce in, 1-1. Field straight away here on A.J. Ellis with 2 down and Renfroe in scoring position. And A.J.'s got to jump back out of the way.
Just had a nice view from the camera of John Zappola over there. Zap on camera. What's that? High third. Great camera crew. There's Zap. What up, Z? A lot of good eggs on our crew.
2-1 pitch is going to miss. 3-1. You love the guys who bring you stuff more than anybody, I think, for the most part.
We got a really good crew, except for Dana. Not a fan.
You're not a fan of Dana? Dana's like the nicest guy in the world. And he's really good. Wow. Not a fan, huh?
Just kidding.
3-1 pitch. Big hop out to short. And Riddle's throw is in time. That will end the inning. Padres leave Renfroe at second base. 4-2 San Diego. Again, Jose Ramirez. It's his major league tying 18th home run. The Indians have an 8-4 lead at Target Field in Minnesota. They're in the 6th inning. Here it is, 4-2. Padres have the lead over the Marlins. Into the 4th inning we go. And the first pitch from Jordan Lyles, grounded down the first baseline, handled right at the bag by Hosmer. Tags the bag for the first out of the inning. So JT Riddle retired. One down brings up Lewis Brinson. Lyles works his way here into the 4th inning. Brinson struck out swinging in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1.
Would be nice for Jordan Lyles to have an inning to throw, let's say 10 pitches or fewer.
It's 65 right now through 3 1/3 innings for the right-hander. Chopped to short and on the run and getting off that good throw. Wow. Charging in was Freddie Galvis. 2 down.
Work it, Freddie. Work that Guante. Rounds it to catch it on the left side. On the run. Accurately to first base. It's all in the footwork, getting in that position, like you say, how he rounds to get in front of that. That's beautiful.
Jordan Lyles certainly appreciated the effort from Freddie Galvis. Despaigne batting here for himself with 2 down in the inning. .066 average. 5th career major league season. And taken all the way, take strike 1. Chop left side, Vieta Weber to his left. And the sidearm toss in time to end the inning. A 1-2-3-4th inning on 7 pitches. 4-2 Padres. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by the Memphis Barbecue Thick Burger, only at Carl's Jr. and only for a limited time. Pick it up. By Petco, the pet company. And by Kona Brewing Company. Enjoy a Big Wave Golden Ale or Longboard Lager today. Time now for the San Diego fans of the game. Enjoying Padres baseball tonight.
Can't beat fun at the old ball yard.
Despaigne on the hill again here for the Marlins. Despaigne came into the 2nd inning. He'll work his way through the 3rd and now begins the 4th inning. Grounded out to end last inning, so just getting to the hill now, taking up his warm-up tosses.
He's got a rubber arm. I mean, he can throw and throw and throw.
So we may see him a while, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's why it's so valuable to have a guy like that on your staff. He'll give you innings. You know, he's the type to where you come to the ballpark and for some reason your starter can't answer the bell, right? Hey, OD, you're starting today. Okay, no problem. He can fit right in.
Well, Don Mattingly went to him early in the game with 2 outs in the second inning. And Will Margot to lead it off here in the 4th inning. Last 6 games for Manuel, starting to turn the corner on what was a very slow start to the year. Hitting at .353 in the last 6 games.
Good downward action on that pitch. Looked like a changeup. Oh, did you see that?
No.
Did the old shimmy over the rubber. Kind of paused and did the old, like Johnny Cueto.
1-2 pitch. Ooh, now he's holding. This one back at him. Espana fields and throws for out number 1 of the 4th inning. He's trying it all right now, huh? Mixing it up. So 1 out here in the 4th inning, and it brings up Jordan Lyles.
He has fun out there. Doesn't get rattled one bit.
Lyles walked in, scored in the 2nd inning. And 21 pitches so far for Espana, an inning and 2/3. And the strike called evens the count at 1-1. Espana started the year in the rotation. Now coming out of the pen, long relief, and that is the case here tonight. As Lyles strikes out looking. 2 down here in the 4th inning. Well, time now for our Coors Banquet Timeless Moment. On this date, May 31st of 2010, Padres rout the Mets 18-6, setting a new scoring record for Petco Park. On top this May the 31st, 4-2 at the moment. And that'll drop in there for a strike to Jose Pirela. 3rd plate appearance of the night for Jose. Singled in the 1st, walked in the 2nd inning. Here he is in the 4th, and a little bloop into shallow center. Brinson coming in full bore to make the catch, diving forward to make the grab out there in center. Espana loves it. It's out number 3. Lewis Brinson, who's made some bad plays in this series, turns in a good one here. Diving forward to make the grab. 4-2 Padres. To the 5th we go.
by sharing a photo or video with hashtag HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Fifth inning in the final game of this 4-game series tonight between the Miami Marlins and the San Diego Padres. And Derek Dietrich will lead it off here for Miami. Jordan Lyles back out on the mound, dealing with Dietrich for the third time in tonight's game. A liner that explodes on Perella, kicks off him into shallow center, and Dietrich on a hot shot aboard to begin things here in the fifth inning. That is a base hit so hard that thing just kind of exploded on Perella.
Swinging early also. Top hand, top spin. Kind of played it off to the side there. I think that's one you got to take off the gut.
Oh, really? You'd hop in front of that one?
Yeah, it wasn't hit that. I mean, it was hit firmly, but I don't think it was like, you know, one that's going to knock you in the left center or right center field.
Lead runner on for JT Realmuto. I think it was a rocket.
You think?
Yeah. You would be in short right field with it in your chest if that's. Realmuto has walked and struck out looking.
You think I'm being a little bit too hard on Jose?
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was a play he could have gotten fouled.
You think it should be an error? Liner caught by Perella, trying to turn it into two, and he does. Double play. Just take that, Mark Grant.
He played that ball off Dietrich's back perfectly. Good athletic position, times his jump perfectly, get rid of it to double him up just in time. Very nice play.
Two down here in the fifth, and it'll bring up Justin Bohr. Perella liked it. Bohr's 0 for 2. He's lined out to center, struck out swinging. With 10 home runs on the year and 24 runs batted in. He's had a quiet series.
Trouble with the breaking ball down and in for Bohr as well.
They got Bohr in the Rule 5 draft in 2013. AAA phase from the Chicago Cubs. Calls this one back, and it's 2-2.
Cannot get to the fastball at 93 on the inner half.
Pitch 80 coming up here for Jordan Lyles. With 2 down in the inning. Fly ball, lofted foul off to the left hand, out of play.
You know, Jordan Lyles pumping fastballs in as you take a look at the workload. The second inning, 28. In the fourth inning, exactly what he needed with 7.
Grounded by the mound. Perella will move over, and he throws out Bohr to end the inning. Halfway through, 4-2 Padres.
Already so many strides he's made as far as how guys have attacked him first couple at bats and what his plan is going to be for the next couple at bats. So, when we show him some of the resources we have here on information that you can have, for that first and second at bat, and just to see how he's taken it all and how he's grown from it in a short period of time, it's pretty scary to think of what he can do with this league. But the more important thing and the impressive thing is how he's opened to all the information.
And that was Eric Hosmer on Franmil Reyes, who's hit a home run in the last 3 games. And Andy Green expanded on this earlier today. He said, some guys come up to the big leagues. They're used to being the alpha male, the big dog, their whole life. And then they get to the big leagues and they're the back of the pack and they don't do well with receiving information. But he said, Franmil Reyes is someone who receives the information very well. He's open to learning. He's open to the critiques. And so that's why he's been able to adjust better maybe than some other young guys who come up and aren't able to receive the information and have a lower ceiling, at least to start, until they can get past that. So a little bit of background there on the relationship between Freddie Galvis, Eric Hosmer, AJ Ellis, and Franmil Reyes, and why they've been connecting and jiving so well so far. Mud, I'm sure you've seen that throughout your career, guys that have maybe just had a tough time getting critiqued after being the big guy for so long.
Absolutely, Annie. Thank you so much for that report. Guys are stubborn, and maybe they have to hit bottom before they realize, I do need some help. And I'm going to turn to the guys who have been around the block. Eric Hosmer, AJ Ellis, Freddie Galvis. Eric Hosmer's a world champion, right? For the Royals. And we all know that we can all be stubborn in our own certain ways. And it's the certain individual who is willing to come to the big leagues and maybe struggle just a little bit and say, hey, now it's pretty much time to listen to these guys and maybe take part in what they have to say.
And it is huge. You heard Eric Hosmer talking about him looking at maybe his first or second at bats, what he's going to do and what that pitcher's doing that night. There's just so much information available to you now that it can be information overload, right. I think, for a lot of these guys, too.
I think through time, that's a great point. Through time, I think coaches and players, teammates alike will say, hey, maybe we are feeding them too much. There are some guys you try to make it as simple as possible and taking the thinking out of it. And sometimes that's when guys are at their best. When they're not thinking about it, they just let their natural talent, see ball, hit ball, let their natural ability take over.
Villanueva with a big cut there. As Hosmer with a leadoff walk to begin things here in the 5th inning.
I think also another way to look at it is that what got you to the big leagues? What were you successful at to enable you to play at the big league level? Stay at that course and then maybe making adjustments later on.
This one popped up foul, backing out of play. Up into the top deck above us. Runs, 5 hits, no errors for San Diego. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Miami. Hosmer at first, and Villanueva will take ball 2, 2-2.
Despaigne also sneaky fast. That was 92, trying to backdoor that 2-seamer.
Bouncing in. Christian Villanueva with 15 home runs before June 1st. Which he now has. Most by a rookie in Padres history. And the most by a National League rookie since Albert Pujols hit 16 home runs before June 1st of 2001.
Wow.
So on select company, to say the least. Ground ball left side under the glove of Rojas at third base and into left. What could have been possibly a double play ball gets through the left side, and Villanueva aboard with Hosmer taking second.
Thought this was a catchable ball for Rojas at third. 1, 2. Right underneath the glove. Thought there was a very makeable play.
2 on, nobody out, and Hunter Renfroe coming up.
Make that one hurt.
Line down the left field line. That is going to be a fair ball. Headed toward the left field corner. Hosmer will come around and score. Villanueva being stopped at third, and into second with an RBI double goes Hunter Renfroe, and the Padres add on. They take a 5-2 lead.
Clutch hitting, swinging early, getting Hosmer home after the walk. Oh, he likes to spin on that fastball in at 92. Now, what I think is interesting on this play here, as Hunter rolls into second base, Glenn Hoffman holds up Villanueva, and I think that's a good play. First of all, two reasons. One is there's nobody out. Secondly, remember the ball he took off the foot? That ankle's probably throbbing a little bit.
Second and third infield coming in, playing about halfway right now. Where Franmil Reyes. And a big swing and a miss for strike one. And so 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first inning, grounded back to the mound in the third. Getting his second plate appearance against Despaigne.
Chance for a big inning right here.
There's strike two.
This is where Despaigne will expand the zone big time. He'll flip up a breaking ball. He'll go up and out of the zone with a fastball. Heads up for that ball in the dirt. Villanueva possibly score on a wild pitch.
Reyes out ahead of this, crushes it foul. Now it's time for something to smile about, brought to you by Cricket Wireless. 3 home runs in 3 games for Franmil Reyes.
Using the whole field. Deep left center field, off the foul pole and right.
Down to the count here, 0-2. Villanueva at third, Renfroe at second, a run in. Nobody out here in the Padres' 5th inning. Fouls it off the other way down the right field line. Brinson, the center fielder, over towards right center. Gap out there in left center. There's Villanueva at third, Renfroe at second. Check swing. Did he go? No. Check with DJ Rayburn, first base umpire. Outside again, and it's 2-2.
Good layoff. Good layoff. Once again, we talked about that yesterday. Franmil laying off that slider down and away when a pitcher wants to expand. Great recognition, applying it here at this at-bat, as he did later in the game after swinging at it earlier in his first at-bat the other day.
Reyes strikes out, and that is out number 1 of the 5th inning. So the third strikeout for Despaigne since coming in, and it's time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. What is the Padres rookie record for most consecutive games with at least 1 home run? And the answer, Alex Dickerson, 4 games, July 24th through the 27th of 2016. Now, rather than deal with Freddie Galvis, I'm going to intentionally walk him the no-throw kind down to first base. And it loads the bases here with 1 down in the inning for A.J. Ellis. Ellis 1 for 2, a single in the second, grounded out to short in the 3rd inning. Ducking out of the way of that breaking ball. This is filled with Padres here. One down in the 5th. Already a run in to take a 5-2 lead. Time call taking a long time is Despaigne here. He's been in since the 2nd inning for Don Mattingly. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Plate appearance for the Padres catcher in this one. Single and a ground out to this point, but he's batting with the bases loaded, 1 out. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning, a chance to really give the Padres some breathing room. And Ellis will take the strike. 2-2. Next pitch will be the 50th in relief for Despaigne. Ellis rolls it over foul. We'll do it again. 2-2. Ellis had an 8-game hitting streak come to an end here on Monday. And during the 8 games, going 10 for 23 at .435. Has reached base safely via hit or a walk in 14 of the last 15 games that he started in. 2-2 again. And a grounder up the middle. Riddle, the shortstop, will flip the second, and they don't get anybody. Run scores. He had trouble getting it out of the glove, and by the time he did, he just kind of flipped it over to Castro covering. And they don't get anybody out. The Padres score another run, take a 6-2 lead.
Got to take advantage of these miscues there. It's rattling around in Riddle's glove, and then by that time, Starlin Castro is like, tries to get out of the way. I don't know whether he was just deked by that, wasn't expecting it.
So the flip hits him in the back of the neck.
What? I don't understand. Did Starlin lose it out of the hand when he flipped it? I mean, he just totally started to turn his back on it.
Oh, Manuel Margot, with the bases reloaded, will take ball 1. So it's a fielder's choice, an E4. And with Castro the error on that. Interesting. There is an RBI in the play for A.J. Ellis. Now Margot will take the strike. All started with a leadoff walk allowed by Despaigne to begin the inning to Eric Hosmer. Chopped off the plate, a high chopper, and Despaigne waits for it to come down, fires to first for the out, but scoring from third base is Hunter Renfroe. 7th run of the game for the Padres. They take a 7-2 lead. RBI for Margot, his 13th of the year.
Well, that's frustrating for a pitcher. You make a good pitch right off of home plate. Padres adding on, taking advantage of a miscue.
Here's the pitcher, Jordan Lyles. To third base, and Rojas at the lip of the grass, kind of a double pump, and then he fires across to get Lyles in and the inning. But a 3-run inning for the Padres, who lead it 7-2. Started with Christian Villanueva with a 2-run home run, getting his 15th of the year. Down the line in left and off the Western Metal Supply building. And the starter weigh-in, Chen, the pitcher, getting his first RBIs of his major league career, bounding up the middle, scoring 2, tying the game 2-2. And Eric Hosmer would score 2 and put the Padres back on top 4-2. Princeton could make the catch, 2-run score. A nice defensive play at second base. Jose Pirela turns this into 2. Going to get the runner at first after making the catch on the liner. Hunter Renfroe going to drive in a run with his double to left field in the 5th inning. Part of a 3-run inning for the Padres, who now enjoy a 7-2 lead. Chen was chased from this game after an inning and 2/3, giving up 4 earned runs. Jordan Lyles, 5 innings so far, giving up 2 earned runs. Anderson 2 for 2, and Villanueva a single, a home run, and 2 RBIs for Villanueva.
Yeah, Jordan Lyles doing a nice job after that second inning where he gave up the 2 runs. Base runner in the 3rd, left stranded, a base runner in the 5th. But then it was erased on that double play. So a lot of breathing room right now as he starts his 6th inning of work.
Starlin Castro leading it off here. Castro 0 for 2. He's done the same thing twice, that strikeout swinging. And possesses 2 of the 5 strikeouts for Jordan Lyles in his outing.
Yeah, nothing more deflating for a team when you've scored 3, you've got a 5-run lead, and the next inning is a shutdown inning for Lyles. Needs another quick inning here. You mentioned it last half inning, Don. This is this next pitch will be 85. He's thrown as many as 93 this year. Could be his last inning of work. You see the breakdown, balls and strikes. Andy Green said before the game, we want him to be aggressive. He has been just that. Go right after him. Yes, he did.
Did he go? Yes, he did. And DJ Rayburn brings him up. 3rd time Castro has struck out in this game. And he's out number 1 of the 6th inning.
Sharp breaking ball is still there. And a nice job by A.J. Ellis. Ball in the dirt. Gets by him a little bit. Castro didn't even run.
One down here in the 6th inning brings up Brian Anderson. He has 2 hits in the game, a single to right and infield hit to second base. Under this time, foul. Well, Logan Allen and Jason Jester combined to toss a no-hitter tonight for the Double-A San Antonio Missions in the Padres organization. They win 6-0 over the Tulsa Drillers, but a combined no-hitter tonight in Double-A. Fly ball to deep left field. Hunter Renfroe going back. Now coming forward onto the grass again to make the catch in left for out number 2.
Hey, a no-hitter at any level. I don't care if it's combined, if it's thrown by one pitcher. That's quite an accomplishment. So congratulations to those farm hands. Padres on deck.
2 down here in the 6th inning brings up Miguel Rojas. Rojas 0 for 2 is grounded back to the mound and into a fielder's choice. And the recipient of strike 1. Back to Lyles. Nice pick. He'll flip underhanded, and it's a nice 1-2-3 6th inning. Padres enjoy a 7-2 lead. Taking on the Dodgers in LA, and Jorge Alfaro hits an RBI double in the 7th inning. Gives the Phillies a 2-1 victory, as it turns out, over the Dodgers. That's a game that Clayton Kershaw in his return started, went 5 innings, giving him 1 earned run in his return. But a game that the Phillies come away with in a 2-1 win. Here it is 7-2. The Padres have the lead over the Marlins. And it's the last of the 6th inning, and a pop-up. Foul off first base. Bohr and the catcher Real Muto, and neither will catch it. Lands on the steps of the Padres dugout. Jose Pirela leading it off here in the home half of the 6th inning. 8 batted in the 5th inning for the Padres. 3 of them scored. Pirela's been on twice, single and a walk.
Well, this is definitely one of those games, Don. Would you agree, where Despaigne is going to go out there and he might finish this one? We told you the numbers in the bullpen, the ERA. They trail by 5 already here in the 6th. He's going to chew up some innings for you. You know that.
In there for a strike, and it's 2-2.
He's already had an at bat.
This next pitch will be his 60th in relief. And there is nobody warming in the pen right now for Miami. Hangs at 2-2. Hosmer than Villanueva anticipated here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Already on top by 5. To third and Rojas for the first down to the bottom of the 6th inning.
We look back on the month of May and some of the highlights certainly of the month of May. A walk-off for Eric Hosmer against the St. Louis Cardinals.
Padres walking one off for the second time this season here last night in Game 3 of this series. It has been a fun month of May for the Padres.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have 15 wins after tonight, huh?
First time that they would have had a winning record in May since 2013. And here's a base hit into right center field for Eric Hosmer. On for the 3rd time tonight. Second base hit for Hosmer.
I got a question for you, Don Coolio. The term walk-off, your buddy, right? Eck.
Dennis Eckersley.
Dennis Eckersley coined the phrase. It's a walk-off.
True.
This was like in the 80s?
I would have to say yes.
Yeah.
Mid to late, right?
Eckisms? What are they?
They are Eckisms, yes.
Yeah,
there are several.
He's a beauty.
There are lots.
Pat Dobson, the late, great pitching coach here in San Diego, he was my pitching coach. He played with Eck back in the day with Cleveland.
Wow.
This is, yes,
yeah.
wow is the
Threw a
correct
hitter for the Indians.
Yeah. And he had some stories about Eck.
Unbelievable. My favorite is an older pitcher who is throwing somewhere between like 88 and 91, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But are getting people out. That's Educated Cheese. It's my favorite of all of his. I love that.
I remember Dauber, he after a game, we were in the clubhouse just shooting the breeze about the game, and he talked about going out and having some social sparklers with Eck. And he called, you know what he called a martini?
What's that?
Loudmouth soup.
That's pretty good.
Really good.
He's got a lot of them.
Yeah, he does.
Money is iron. I don't believe it. It goes on and on. Your nose is your horn.
I was just going to say, guy's got a bad nose.
Well, this one is Rip Fowl. Probably did about between 250 and maybe 300 games with that over the years. And we were in Oakland, and they have the race in between innings between him, Raleigh Fingers, Catfish Hunter, you know, the guys like the President's Race they have in Washington. And he won, and he said, that looks ridiculous, doesn't look anything like me. He goes, that's not my horn. And I said, what are you talking about? He was talking about his nose. In the air to shallow left, and Dietrich coming in. And he'll make the catch, 2 down.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Money is iron.
Yeah,
that's a big one. Hunter Renfroe with 2 down. Eric Hosmer at first base. And Renfroe will take strike 1. And aboard twice, 2 hits in the game, a single and a double, and has driven in a run. Hosmer held on over there by Justin Bohr at first base. Eric getting that lead again. Check swing didn't go. And Despaigne falling behind 3-1. There's still no action in the pen. Despaigne logging innings here and working into the 6th inning. Marlins are shifting on the left side here on Renfroe as they bring second baseman Starlin Castro to the left side of the infield.
They'll probably try to bury 2-seamers away, breaking balls away.
Ball 4, and down to first goes Renfroe. Third walk given up by Despaigne. Clayton Kershaw left his outing tonight with some back stiffness and is going to get an MRI apparently.
Wow.
So that's why he only went 5 innings in his return tonight.
You know, the past years, the years he's had, and the injuries creeping up on him. I mean, that's an issue.
Tough situation for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Franmil Reyes 0 for 3 in the ball game. Take strike 1. Reyes struck out in the first, grounded out in the third, struck out in the fifth. Down 0-2.
Good location, good movement on that 93-mile-an-hour two-seamer.
First action we've seen out there in a long time. Teheran Guerrero warming in the pen. Strike 3 call, and Reyes strikes out to end the inning. Third time that he has struck out tonight. 7-2 Padres. It's been a fun night tonight as the Padres enjoy a 7-2 lead so far in this one, and we play along to the 7th inning. JT Riddle to lead it off here for Miami. Defensive change for the Padres as we head into the 7th inning after Franmil Reyes struck out for the 3rd time tonight. Travis Jankowski has taken over in right field defensively. Grounder foul over by the Padres dugout. They're housed on the first base side. JT Riddle singled in the 2nd and scored, and grounded out to first base in the 4th inning.
Remember how I picked Travis yesterday?
Yes.
Pick the stick.
Mm-hmm.
He wore the collar 0 for 4.
Ooh.
I saw him in the clubhouse today.
Wasn't happy with you?
Talk about a kid with a great attitude. He says, Mud, sorry. I owe you points. I told him I was airing him out, too. Like after his first 2 at-bats, offers.
By the mound towards second, Perella races in and is throwing plenty of time. Disposes of JT Riddle for the first out of the 7th inning.
I told him I was yelling at you from the booth after your 0 for 2. Come on, I need some good ABs tonight. He laughed. He said he owes me.
One down here in the 7th. There is action in the pen for first time tonight.
This is the point of the game when the starter Lyles into the 7th, coming up to a hundo. The pitch count. I look at location. Bite on the curveball. Velocity on the fastball. Pretty good curveball right there to get ahead 0-1.
Simber warming in the Padres pen.
Good curveball. Wow.
On deck is JB Shuck to bat in the pitcher spot. Spanier 76 pitches in relief. Ball just missing away. Lyles thought he might have had strike 3. In the dirt, and that's an even hundo right now. And 1 out in the 7th inning. And look at the breakdown for him tonight. That 2nd inning, faced 7 batters and gave up 2 runs in the inning. Most taxing inning that he's had in his outing. On the ground to the backhand of Villanueva. The throw will get there. Good stretch by Hosmer on the other side. 5-3 on the putout, and that's 7 in a row now retired by Lyles. 2 down. That brings up JB Shuck. So Despaigne will be charged with 3 runs in his outing. An outing that lasts 4 1/3 in relief. And is in there for strike 1. 4 hits allowed. Of the 3 runs that he allowed, 2 were earned. Walked 3, 1 intentionally, and had 4 strikeouts. Lots of innings there for Don Mattingly. That's strike 2. Mattingly lifting his starter, Wei Yin Chen, after just an inning and 2/3, and he was touched for 4 runs. On the hook right now for the Marlins. Grounded down the first baseline, foul. Looks like Guerrero will be coming in. As Teheran Guerrero's been warming up this entire inning. Swing and a miss, struck him out on a fastball up at 93 miles an hour. 7th strikeout, 7-2 Padres.
Padres leading the Marlins 7-2 as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. And let's take a look at our Verizon probable starter for tomorrow. Walker Lockett, 24 years old. He will be making his major league debut. Righty, his ERA is 5.31 over 10 starts with AAA El Paso. And the big thing with him is they want to take a look at him, see what he's got at the big league level. We've seen this now with several young guys coming up to the big leagues, and the team seeing if they're going to fit into the future of this organization. But Mud, Don, starting on a Friday night at Petco Park, making your major league debut, can't be a bad thing, I would imagine.
It'll be pretty exciting. We got to see him in that exhibition game in El Paso when the Padres took on the El Paso Chihuahuas at the end of spring training. Kind of wondered when we'd see him during the regular season, if we would at all. But 24-year-old to be getting the start here tomorrow. That's exciting.
I see no problem with it, and I'm on board with it. And I'll tell you why. Because first of all, it gives a kid a chance to see what it's like to pitch at the big league level. The Cincinnati Reds are a team that are struggling right now as Tayron Guerrero toes the slab in relief. And good, bad, or indifferent, depending on the outing that he has, I think it's just a good barometer of what to expect from him pitching at the big league level. The difference in hitting, the difference in pitching at the big league level.
Freddie Galvis has struck out twice and walked in the game. The time he walked was intentional. Guerrero, the third arm used tonight by the Miami Marlins. And striking out is Freddie Galvis. So Guerrero strikes out first batter that he faces here to open up the bottom of the 7th inning. Bring up A.J. Ellis. Coming from the Padres, part of the Andrew Cashner and Colin Ray deal. Saw Carter Capps come to the Padres and Jared Kozar. As well as Josh Naylor. First base prospect for the Padres. Ellis 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Down 0-2. Starter tonight for the Marlins, hitting in 2/3, giving him 4 runs. Then Despaigne goes 4 1/3, throws 76 pitches. Gives up 3 runs, 2 earned. And it's 7-2 Padres with 1 out here in the 7th.
Did you see the radar on that one?
Even hundo.
Yeah. Good downward plane, too. Guerrero tall, getting on top, working downhill.
Elevates, and Ellis strikes out at 99, 2 down in the 7th inning. Now, plays of the month in May. A great trip for the Padres to Monterrey, Mexico. And Rafi Lopez's first hit with the Padres home run. And of course, Lauer's first major league win in the finale of that 3-game series, the Mexico series in Monterrey against the LA Dodgers.
The day the sun came out in Monterrey.
After 2 rain-filled days, especially Friday night. Rain soaked.
That was a good series for the Padres.
Two down here in the 7th inning. 1-0 to Manuel Margot. On deck is Corey Spangenberg, which would be in the pitcher spot. There are 2 outs in the inning. You got Kirby Yates warming in the pen. Ball 3-3-0 and another 100-mile-an-hour pitch.
It's a good night in the big leagues for Jordan Lyles.
106 pitches in 7 innings. All 4 and a 4-pitch walk for Margot with 2 down here in the 7th inning. 6th walk allowed by Marlins pitching in the game. 2 down here in the 7th. And it'll bring up the pinch hitter, Corey Spangenberg. 184 hitter, 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. So Spangenberg hitting, that means it's the end of the night for Lyles, who ended up going 7 innings, throwing 106 pitches, 6 hits, 2 runs. He walked 1 and struck out 7. That's for his 2nd win, coming in individually at 1-1 to his 5th start of the year. Kirby Yates up in the pen.
You know, another problem for this Marlins pitching staff is the walks. Giving up the walks, the 3rd most in the National League collectively for the pitching staff for the Miami Marlins.
Late on that 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Spangenberg strikes out another 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Strikes out the side. 7-2 Padres.
The action over in Houston. Drew Pomeranz, a former Padre, fastball inside to Carlos Correa. He turns on it, 9th home run of the season. That put the Stros on top 2-0, and they'd hold on to win that game 4-2. Clay, I ask you, a little preview possibly of some postseason action.
Yeah, I think that might be a game right there that we're going to see for the American League Championship Series. I got to believe Houston's happy about that. Carlos was only hitting 188 for the month of May, so maybe this 2-run shot broke him out of that slump.
Could be a preview. We saw that last year division series. Of course, the Astros won that one 3-1. Hey, coming up on Padres, the postgame live brought by Cox. We're going to hear from Andy Green about this ball game. We'll get you set for the Red Series, and we'll also get a chance to hear from Walker Lockett, talk about him and what he needs to do in his Major League debut. Right now, we're going to send it back up to the booth to Don Orsillo and Mark Grant. Guys, take it away.
All right, Scans, thanks very much. We play along here to the 8th inning, and Kirby Yates into his 22nd game of the year.
In our game open, we talked about some of the bright spots in the month of May, the bullpen in particular. Craig Stammen, Kirby Yates, Brad Hand. 5 runs to work with here in the top of the 8th. These guys have been outstanding.
Top of the order, Derek Dietrich. who is 2 for 3 in the game. Joins Brian Anderson, who also has had a multi-hit effort. High drive, right field. That ball is hit well and out of the yard. A home run for Derek Dietrich, his 6th of the year. And it's now 7-3 Padres on top of the Marlins. But home run for Dietrich here in the 8th inning. His 3rd hit of the night.
Well, first time for everything, I guess. That is the first home run given up by Kirby Yates prior to this at bat in this inning. 19 frames of work, 11 hits. He wants it in. Boy, this is up out of the zone at 94. Four-seam fastball, and Dietrich gets on top of that one. Some serious top hand. That's impressive.
Now JT Realmuto.
And you know what, Don, as a pitcher, right? You come into a game, it's late, 7-2 lead, you give up a home run, you're ticked, right? Tie score, up by 5. I don't care if you're up by 10. Now it's time for Kirby Yates, and he's trying to get locked in as if it's a 1-run lead. After that home run, shut him down. He wants to go 1, 2, 3, but you cannot overthrow. And that's one of the things about being a big leaguer and being successful at the big league level. You can't try to overdo it because it'll backfire on you.
There's 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back, 2-2. Well, last time we saw JT Realmuto up there in the 5th inning, he lined out to Burrell at second base, and Jose turned it into 2.
Timed it perfectly. Jordan Riles liked it. Everybody liked it. Did you like it?
I loved it. Full count now to Realmuto. Nobody out here in the 8th inning.
There's a big out right here. Big at bat.
And Yates will get it on the strikeout for out number 1 of the 8th inning.
Split finger fastball. See that rotation? The old trap door. Bottom just drops right out of it.
One out, base is empty, and it brings up Justin Bohr. Bohr 0 for 3. Lined out to center, struck out and grounded out, and badly fooled on that pitch. It's got a good feel for that splitter tonight.
Why not throw another one?
And ahead, 0-2.
What do you think he's going to throw here?
I think he's going back for a 4th time.
Why not? You throw 4 fastballs in a row, right?
Sure. Here we go.
There's the wiggle from AJ.
Again. 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out on it. Back-to-back Ks for Yates. 2 down in the 8th inning.
See the one before that pitch, he bounced it, but then brings this one up just a little bit more. Look, out of the hand, it's about thigh high, ends up below the knees. Aim for the catcher's mask, ends up down by the knees. That's tough to lay off.
2 down in the 8th inning for Starlin Castro. He's had a tough night, striking out 3 times. And a grounder to short. Galvis from one knee. His throw is not going to be in time, but what a bid by Freddie Galvis. Tremendous effort. And Castro beats it out with 2 down.
Well, the call at first base is safe, but that's when you got to really stand up and clap, because this is one heck of a play. Yep, safe. I mean, look at where Freddie is from his knee. He got a lot on that. An accurate throw, great stretch by Hosmer. And even Kirby Yates appreciates that play from Freddie Galvis.
Now Brian Anderson gets a chance with the runner at first base. It's been a 2-hit night for the Marlins right fielder. He has singled to right and singled in the infield. He's also scored a run. He's falling behind 2-0. They get 3-0. Home run by Dietrich started the inning. Back-to-back Ks for Real Muto and Bohr. Castro with the infield hit, so 2 down, runner on. And a 3-0 pitch to Anderson. He's taken all the way for strike 1. Strike 2. Yates battles back, full count.
Uncle Splitty.
Rolled over foul by the on deck circle. 20th pitch of the inning coming up here for Kirby Yates. Rojas waiting on deck. There are 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. On the ground down the third baseline, foul. Retrieved by Villanueva, but a foul ball. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Brian Anderson. Fly ball down the right field line, but it is headed foul.
By the way, the AAA affiliate for the Marlins, do you know where it's at?
New Orleans, I believe.
Right. Baby Cakes, right?
Yes.
Great logo.
They look like you.
Well, you know what? They're watching in their clubhouse right now.
Oh, they are.
And manager Arnie Baylor?
No, Arnie Baylor.
Arnie Baylor? He says hi.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, they're watching right now.
Outstanding.
Yeah, he said to say hi.
I didn't know Arnie was there.
My cousin Chris Mahalik is the pitching coordinator. He's down there in New Orleans working with the pitchers and having some social sparklers.
Arnie Baylor was first base coach for the Red Sox for a few years.
That's right. That's right. That's where I remember that name.
Payoff pitch. On the ground left side, and it's cut off by Villanueva. Throws on the run and in time. Home run for Dietrich to begin the inning. 7-3 Padres.
Kids are amazing. You can pull life lessons from every last one of them. They have a fighting spirit that if it was inside of all of us, we'd be doing a much better thing all across the world. So these kids are amazing, and we absolutely love them and love being a part of it.
Tune in tomorrow after Padres Live for a brand new episode of Padres POV as Andy Green and the Padres support inspiring young heroes battling cancer at the Radies Celebration of Champions. It's quite an event. If you ever get the chance each and every year down at the Embarcadero, just come down as to witness it. It's quite an event. It's inspiring, and the Padres play a big part in that. So stay tuned. Watch that.
Nick Whitgren coming into the game here for the Marlins, their fourth pitcher of the game.
We saw Whitgren in game 1 on Monday. He pitched in the 9th inning. That was in the 7-2 Marlins victory. 18th game for Nick. Once again, a little high on the walks. That's been the common denominator for the whole pitching staff of Miami.
Jose Perella leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th. Perella's been on twice, single to center and a walk in this game. In the Padres pen, Adam Simber been up earlier, up again, and let's see the debut of Phil Hughes in a Padres uniform. Liner into left field for Perella. Dietrich cuts it off in left field. Perella headed for second base. Throw goes there, and he's in, sliding safely. A double to begin the bottom of the 8th inning.
As soon as Perella hit this ball, I was watching him out of the batter's box. He had one thing in mind, a 2-bagger. This ball smoked. A nice job in left by Dietrich. He got to this ball, broke it down, caught it, and now the race is on. Cuts the corner nicely. I don't know about the slide. I'll give him a 7.5 on that one. But he's in safely.
Leadoff double to begin the 8th inning, and here is Eric Hosmer. On base 3 times, a single, a walk, and another single. Driven in 2 runs in the game. An 8-for-14 series against the Marlins in this 4-game series. Grounded up the middle, off the pitcher, kicks into center field. Here comes Perella. He will score. It's an RBI single for Hosmer, and an 8-3 Padres lead. And they're going to check on the pitcher here and see where it got him.
Looks like Whitgren is waving him off. He's looking at his pitching hand.
Oh, yeah, right off the fingers.
Yep.
Ill-advised, but yeah, I see so many guys do it.
It's just a natural reaction, you know.
Juan Nieves, the pitching coach out there, Don Mattingly, the manager.
You know, as I mentioned, that's just a natural reaction a lot from pitchers. And it's a no-no. You catch it just right, you can break a nail, you can break a finger. Sometimes it'll catch you flushed where it's no big deal.
Well, we have a moment. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by our San Diego Honda dealers.
No bites for Fish versus Lyles. Boy, what a great night turned in by Jordan. 7 innings, only 2 earned runs with 7 strikeouts. Righties lead the way. Talk about batting against Chen and the right-handers, particularly Villanueva. 7 hits, double, home run, 5 runs driven in for the righties.
Whitgren says he is all right. Several warm-up tosses. And a little stroll behind the mound in the midst of a meeting with himself. Run in here for the Padres in the last of the 8th inning. Hosmer at first and Christian Villanueva coming up. Foul, back and out of play. Now Villanueva homering back in the first inning, a 2-run shot off the starter, Wei-In Chen. Home run number 15 of the year for Christian Villanueva. Eight runs, 10 hits, no errors for San Diego. 3 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the Marlins. Padres continuing to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. High drive to right field, the other way this time, but Anderson's got room and makes the catch shy of the warning track for the first out here at the bottom of the 8th. And back to the bag at first goes Eric Hosmer. Bring up Hunter Renfroe.
Who'd you have tonight? Pick the stick, Donnie.
Franmil Reyes.
Aren't you going to ask me who I had?
Nope, don't care. Hunter Renfroe stands in on the right side. Outside. Just be honest. Osborne first, 1 out. Fouled off to the right, 1-1.
I hope Hosmer scores.
At Hosmer, huh?
Yeah.
3 hits, a walk, 1 scored, 3 runs driven in. That's a solid night.
Remember the strikeout, that's a -1. I started out -1. Would be nice for San Diego to get that run back, have Hosmer score.
For San Diego or for you?
For me.
Two and two. Travis Jankowski waiting on deck. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Renfroe pops it up foul. That'll get into the seats and out of play. Do it again, 2 and 2. Shift on Renfroe as they have the entire game. On the left side of the infield, Castro over there with Riddle and Rojas. Ball 4, and down to first base goes Renfroe. First walk allowed by Whitgren of his outing. And the Padres have 2 on with 1 away, and that'll bring up Travis Jankowski for the first time. Took over in right field an inning ago, and now bats for the first time tonight.
So you inherit Travis Jankowski in this spot. So that was the spot of Franmil Reyes.
Padres are 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position in the game. but have an 8-3 lead. Outside for ball 2, 2-1. Travis Jankowski hitting at .309. Batting with Hosmer at second base, Renfroe at first, and one out here in the 8th inning. A run already in. Fouled off, 2-2.
You mentioned the AAA affiliate, right? The Baby Cakes, New Orleans. You said that the mascot looks like me.
Yes, very much.
Well, I know the guys are still watching. Don't be afraid to send a hat, 7 5/8, and a XX T-shirt with the logo Baby Cakes guy on it. That'd be nice. I can hear him scrambling right now to the equipment room.
2-2. Jankowski to first base. They'll go to second for one. It's dropped there. Now they get one, and Jankowski will reach. It's on the transfer. So they get the middleman in Renfroe. 3-6 on the force out there. Jankowski reaches, and Hosmer takes third. With now 2 down in the 8th inning.
Well, Travis Jankowski's got speed, right? Are they going to get him on the back end? Let's check it out. Oh, you know what? They call him out on that?
Yeah. Said he dropped it on the transfer. That's
I got to
close.
disagree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's out right there. He got the ball. He picked up the ball and stepped on second.
The umpire before that made the indication that he had dropped it on the transfer.
And after that, I was watching Jankowski.
In the air to left. Dietrich going back, and he'll make the catch on the warning track. Nice play by Dietrich to end the inning. A run for the Padres, who take an 8-3 lead. By Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the buy two, get two. And by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. Now we move on here to the 9th inning and the Padres debut for Phil Hughes, whose last outing was May the 18th. And here he is into his first Padres game coming out of the pen, trying to finish it off here. Starts with the Twins earlier this year.
Welcome to San Diego, Phil Hughes. Came up with the Yankees, went to the Twins, acquired on Sunday from the Twins. along with cash and the 74th overall pick in this next week's draft, right?
True. His 12-year career has made just 2 appearances at Petco Park. Both were starts. And the last one was May 21st of 2014 while with the Twins.
Good curveball out of the hand of Phil right there we just saw. Good chance for him to get a good inning of work here with the 8-3 lead.
Miguel Rojas leading it off here for the Marlins. 0 for 3 in the ball game tonight, down in the count 1-2. Sprayed foul down the right field line, out of play. On the ground towards the shortstop, Freddie Galvis. 1 down in the 9th inning. Well, time now for the Bill Howe plays of the game, and Jordan Lyles in this one. In 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. He walked 1 and struck out 7 through 106 pitches in his outing. And now a chance for his 2nd win of the year, make him 2-1 individually. He was good all night. Some help from his friends defensively as well.
Bouncing back after those 2 runs in the 2nd inning. Broke out the curveball, the slider, firm fastball, attacked the zone. And like Andy said before the game, Andy Green, the manager for the Padres, said, you know, if he can give us 5 innings, that's great. Well, tack on 2 more, a solid 7.
JT Riddle 1 for 3 in the game. Single in the 2nd. Inside, almost hit him. 2 starts, 5 relief appearances for Hughes this year. As a reliever, holding opponents to a .222 average. Fly ball foul off to the left, out of play. Left-handers hitting at just .158 against Phil Hughes this year, 3 for 19. Full count to Riddle. And a liner into center field for a base hit. Riddle aboard with 1 down in the 9th inning. 2nd hit for JT Riddle. And that'll bring up Lewis Brinson. Tonight 0 for 3, struck out swinging in the 2nd, grounded out to short in the 4th, grounded out to 3rd in the 7th.
I've been keeping an eye on the fastball velocity from Phil Hughes, 90 on that 2-seamer. It's got run to it. If he can command that down and away to right, he's down and in. That's perfect right there. That's that 2-seamer, kind of like Craig Stammen to the lefties, starting it in off the plate and then catching that inside corner.
Yadiel Rivera has come out. He's made a couple of starts in this series, but on the on-deck circle here in the 9th inning. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Brinson strikes out, 2 down in the 9th inning.
There's that 2-seamer away to the righty. Called it a lane changer. Actually, you know what? I think that's a four-seam grip, four-seam rotation, but still had that run to it, bringing it back.
Two down, runner at first, and here is Rivera. Pinch hitting in the pitcher's spot and taking ball one away. Well, this will be 3 wins out of 4 for the Padres against the Miami Marlins in this 4-game series at Petco Park. Hughes falling behind 2-0. Grounded out. Riddle with a single to center. Brinson strikes out swinging. 2-1 pitch to Rivera. That is strike 2, and it's 2-2. On the ground up the middle into center field, and a base hit for Rivera. Just by the glove of Phil Hughes and into center field. Keeps this inning going for the Marlins. Pinch hit single for Rivera. 2 on, 2 down.
Just gets by the glove of Phil Hughes, and that chopper up the middle. He just missed with location. That was a four-seamer.
2 down, 2 on. Turns the order over here. Back up top for Derek Dietrich. A 3-hit night for the leadoff hitter for the Marlins, including home run number 6 of the year for Dietrich last time up. Close pitch, called the ball inside. 5 for 9 in the series is Dietrich. This one will get away, and the runners will move up. Little to third, Rivera to second base.
Looked like a fastball that AJ kind of had to reach across, and it was off the webbing of his glove.
Pass ball, they charge to AJ Ellis. That's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Ball forward, he walks him to load the bases. Now Brad Hand would be coming in, with the on-deck man being the tying run. This would be a save situation for Hand as Phil Hughes runs into some trouble here in the 9th inning. And here comes Brad Hand. Pitching change from Petco Park. making some noise here in the top of the 9th inning. And you got JT Realmuto coming up here with the bases loaded. As a reminder, the Cincinnati Reds will be here for the first of 3 coming up tomorrow night. Scooter Gennett hitting at .345, leading the National League. Joey Votto against the Padres, great numbers. Got great numbers against everybody. And Luis Castillo, last 6 starts, going 3-2 with a 3.48 earned run average. The Padres trying to take 3 of 4 from the Miami Marlins, and Brad Hand in the game here to face JT Realmuto with the bases loaded. And that is strike 1.
Well, Don, as you mentioned, last half inning, the tying run on deck, a safe situation, going for save number 17 for Brad Hand. With runners on base, hitters only hitting 140. And runners in scoring positions are only hitting 188. And thanks to Brett the Clubby.
One pitch coming up. Fly ball foul off to the right out of play. 0-2.
As a hitter, you see that first pitch slider? Try catching up to that fastball. That fastball caught a lot of the plate.
To the count with 2 down here in the 9th. The 0-2 pitch from Brad Hand. He struck him out, and the Padres win. Brad Hand comes in and gets JT Realmuto, and the Padres win it 8-3. And they take 3 out of 4 from the Miami Marlins and finish the month of May with a 15-13 record. Their first winning month of May since 2013. Padres win it 8-3. It's time now for Padres Live. What's in store, Bob Scanlon?
Well, thank you, Don. Coming up on Padres Live, we're going to hear from Andy Green. We're also going to go over some of the highlights from today's 8-3 victory. And we'll get you ready for the Reds coming into town. All that and more coming up next on Padres Live.